So what's up, everybody? V10 SSA here. I just figured I'd do a little video. I know I posted a what's up next video earlier in the week, and I was trying to get an M4 and a C63 together this weekend. Apparently that is not going to happen. The guy with the M4 has a bit of a scheduling conflict, so it's just going to be me and PhilBuilt13 is his Instagram, at PhilBuilt13. He's the one with the C63 AMG. It's going to be me and him this weekend. We'll be doing a review on his car, and he actually said that he has old tires and he's getting new ones, so he said he'll burn them off for us on the channel. So pretty cool. I love seeing C63 burnouts. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely thoroughly enjoy burnouts, especially from a car that sounds as nasty as the C63. Those V8s and Mercedes always have a distinct, just beastly sound, and I mean, videos don't really do them justice. Obviously, you got to hear it in person. But I just wanted to go over give you a little update, basically, on what happened with that whole thing. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get them together. And then I figured I'd do a little video. I just washed the car. I'm out doing some driving in the wonderful weather here. I'm sure you can see that well, you can't really see it from the video, but it's cloudy and crappy. And when I started washing my car, it was actually kind of sunny, and then all of a sudden clouds rolled in. We haven't had much sun here in Pennsylvania of late. It's been a little bit a hamper on us car guy weekends, and us car guys enjoying our weekends, because the shows have all been rained out for the most part. I think last weekend we had some sun. That was like the first weekend and God knows how long. But I figured while I'm in the car, I might as well go over a couple of things that I love about the E60 and a couple of things I hate about it. So I'll give you one thing I love: V10 sound. Everyone says that. The sound on the car is, especially when you have it straight piped. No, I didn't gut the cats or anything yet. I basically just did pipes from the cat's back, and as you can hear, it sounds amazing. Nothing sounds like this car. It's absolutely phenomenal. Number two, with the coilovers, I do love the way it handles. I do miss, kind of a negative, I miss my Jekyll and Hyde kind of personality with the car. I get the comfortable ride when I want to, but it does handle a lot better than it used to. And it rides a little bit lower, the fitment's better, the car looks overall better with the coilovers on. Because I don't know if you guys know anything about the stock height of the M5, but the front wheel well, you have like this much space between your tire and your wheel well, and it sits up so high. So it's definitely one thing I'm appreciative to get rid of. Another thing I love about the car, although it hadn't really changed a lot. I mean, the new BMW interiors kind of have a similar layout, although they have changed details and certain things, but I do love the interior on the car. And I have the hand-stitched leather dash, which is really nice. It was a nice little upgrade. I have a sunroof that I literally have used one time. I never use it. I don't know why. The Alcantara I love, but I'm not a sunroof guy. I don't really use it. But the price I paid for the car, I wasn't going to be picky about a sunroof, because I got it for a really good deal. So a couple things that I hate, and I guess it's love-hate. The SMG transmission. I love it and I hate it. I love it because you can feel every shift, and it gives you a real driver feel, and it throws you back in your seat, and it feels cool. But the shifts are so sluggish. I drove, my buddy has an E92 M3, same year, DCT, and it's just so incredibly fast, the shifting. It's just completely different. So I'll say I'll hate that. And the maintenance, the SMG, it's so expensive to fix. SMG pump goes, it's just astronomically priced. Everything. And granted, I know it's an M5, it's not going to be cheap to fix, but that stuff, that's crazy. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars just to fix a pump for the transmission. That's one thing I wish they would have put a little bit more thought into. Another thing that I would say that I don't love, man, that's hard because I really do love just about everything about this car. Gotta love going under a bridge. Nothing sounds quite like that. I guess another thing that I would say that I don't love about the car is the iDrive system. I have the updated one because it's a 2009, but I'm just not a huge fan of the way it works. Now, it's simple, it's uncomplicated, I get that it's easy to use, but I guess I don't like the placement. I'm not a huge fan of it, and the way it runs, like, I don't know, it's kind of sluggish. Like when you start up the car, it takes a little while for it to even boot up and get going. Like I mean, before you can like exit out and start really using the menus, it takes a little bit. So I mean, I guess like I don't really like how it operates, so to speak. I do like the active seat bolsters. The seats are very comfortable. Things of that nature. The car itself, I mean, it's an amazing car. It's really hard for me to pick out things I don't like about the car because I've owned it for over 3 years and I love it. The only thing I don't love, obviously, maintenance costs. Maintenance costs are high, and I knew that buying an M5. And the S85 motor is probably one of the more expensive, if not the most expensive motor to do maintenance on. The V10 is known for that. It's known for being a little bit finicky and not as reliable as, say, the new V8s. Obviously, gas mileage is a huge thing. I posted a thing up on Instagram yesterday, and I'm actually doing pretty well at 11.7 miles per gallon. That's actually quite good for an M5. A lot of my buddies I talk to, I think they probably drive a little bit harder than I do. And they're getting somewhere in the range of like 8-9 miles per gallon, which, when you think about it, is terrible. But at the same time, it's a 5-liter V10, so you can't really be expecting gas mileage. I didn't buy this car for miles per gallon, but for argument's sake, I will say that that's a negative on the car because even on the highway, it just doesn't really do that well. Even with 7 gears, I'll be sitting in 7 gear like $2,000 at like 65 miles an hour, and it still just kind of eats through fuel. So, but I mean, as far as that's pretty much like my only negatives. I love just about everything about the car. So like maintenance costs, yeah, it's a BMW M, it's going to be expensive. The SMG transmission is probably the biggest thing that I don't like about the car. Like I said, I love that you feel the shifts, but it's so slow. It's so slow. It's just, I don't know. That's probably the only thing I really hate. And I know Gintani actually just did a DCT swap to one of these. I actually saw a post about it on Facebook, and I was like thinking about how much that would cost. I don't even want to know how much something like that would cost, because it's definitely going to be expensive. But I am actually at my turnoff. I'm actually heading to the BMW dealership right now just to pick up a few things. For the old girl, I always, I just come here, grab oil, and I always keep a couple of oil containers in the trunk, and I have them, you know, in the netting so they don't go anywhere, and I keep them back there just in case, because if anybody out there knows, of course, the M cars tend to burn through oil a little bit. That's just a moniker of the BMW naturally aspirated engines. They just tend to burn through oil. So I am at my turnoff, and it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys on YouTube here. And as always, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you this weekend, and I will be in the driver's seat, if he lets me, of a C63 AMG. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.